Hi, guys, and welcome back to this interview preparation strategies webinar with professionals. So, guys, I hope you guys are safe and healthy at your home. This is Suni, and I'll be your host for tonight. Okay, so guys, before starting this webinar, let me just know that if I'm audible to you. So drop in your comments, give a thumbs up, and let me know that I'm audible, and then I'll call today's guest here. Okay, so waiting for your comments in the comment section, and I really appreciate if you guys, just comment in the comment section. Okay, so just waiting for your comments, and by the time you guys are commenting in the comment section, let me just give you a brief about this webinar. So we'll be discussing about the interview preparation strategies one should adopt, and the experience and the learning journey of our guest in these 3 years of his experience in this corporate sector. So yeah, this is all about today's webinar, and I'm just waiting for the comments, guys. Okay, thank you so much, Ritik. I hope I'm audible to you, and I think I'm audible. So, without wasting any time, let me just call today's guest here. And today's guest is Mr. Sumit Kumar Rao. Hello, Sumit.
Hello, Sunny.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So, how's it been? Working at your home and dealing with this pandemic. Now it's third wave coming on.
Yeah, just thing is, like every one of us is being inside homes, and that's what no movement outside. That's what we are doing. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. So I hope your family members are safe and you are safe at your home. Okay. So Sumit, let's start this webinar, and we'll start this webinar with a brief introduction about yourself and about your learning journey. So please go ahead.
yeah, sure. Hello, good evening, everyone. Myself, my name is Sumit Kumar Rao. I'm graduated from NIT Hamirpur, Himachal Pradesh, as computer science and engineering as my major subject. Just after graduating, I joined Samsung Research Institute, Noida, as a technical project manager. So I was TPM at SRIN, and I worked for 3 years with Samsung. But the thing was that I always wanted to switch to a developer profile. So at Samsung, my job was of, I can say, project management. I was responsible for taking care of the branch. I was responsible for, I can say, end-to-end release of the project. But I wanted to work on a development project. So I started to look out. It was, I can say, after 2 years of experience, I started to look out, and I gave multiple interviews. And right now I'm working with KLA 10 Core, which is its office is in Chennai, and at a profile of software engineer too. So now I am working in a developer profile. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Great. Sumit, your voice is very low. Can you please, check your mic?
Okay. Hello. Is it better now?
Yeah, it's better now. Okay, so Sumit, this was about yourself and your learning journey. So let's discuss something about the experience, your experience when you were, when you got your first job. So how was it? Like your experience of getting your first job?
Okay. So talking about the first job, the thing was, I got my first offer from my campus itself. So it was Wipro. I was placed in Wipro, and it's always great to have your first job to land the first offer. But if we talk about the preparation and the interview process, so it was all about, I will say, DSA. From the first round, if I remember correctly, I had three technical rounds and one HR discussion. Okay, and first round was DSL Go, and second and third round was OS and your resume, respectively. So that was it. After Wipro, I was placed in Samsung, which was the final offer which I joined company, and the experience with Samsung was again the same, but the I can say level of the problems was a bit advanced. So Samsung, the problems which were asked was I will say that a bit harder than that which were asked in Wipro. So yeah.
Okay. Okay, great. Okay, so Sumit, this was your experience of getting your first job, and it was an off-campus opportunity. Sorry, on-campus opportunity for you. Okay, so my next question would be, what do you think? Like, what is the right time to switch from a job, right? Because you have done so many jobs. So, what do you think? What is the right time to switch from a job, and what factors one should take into consideration while switching a job?
Yes. One thing I can say that let's say if we go by the general understanding or the general trend everyone follows, which is you can say like after 2 and 3 years you can try for a switch, because after 2 and 3 years you will be like this is my understanding that one person will be completely adaptable to the situation and to the work environment, and most of the learning at that place, if the project are not I can say challenging, the person will be uh, done with the most of the learning which he or she can have at a certain place. But despite of that factor, or I can say time factor, I also give more I can say emphasis on learning, profile, and compensation. Yeah. So the thing is, let's say if you are at a place and you are having a great learning, okay, you are learning in terms of technologies, you are pushing yourself in terms of the things which you do, and the profile is very I can say it is in line with your skills. So I can say that the first profile which I had at Samsung, which were that was not in line with my skills and neither in line with my expectations. So if that is the situation, the learning and the profile is not as per your expectation, we can like try for a switch at a I can say earlier stage too, before 2 years also. But yeah, so if you are looking for a new job, yes, one should always consider the profile and the technology which on they will be working on the with the new organization. So yeah.
Okay, okay. So this was about switching the factors one should consider while switching the job. Okay, so my next question to you would be, have you been a part of any interview process lately?
Yeah. As I told you that after 2.5 years, I started to look for a new job. So at that time, I applied to multiple organizations, and I got calls from I will say that Amazon, Expedia, and RCGM, and many more. But the thing is, the experience which I had with Expedia, I realized that like if you are good in DS and Algo, and if you are good with the uh, all the you have a clear idea of all the projects which are listed in your project, and you are able to justify the work which you have done with your previous organization. Still, if you are not able to positively describe your previous work, then it will be hard to go for a new job. But the thing is, apart from the skills, every new employer is looking for your approach. So I will say that you know before in my this journey of changing my job, changing my profile, I got my first offer in I will say April 2021. Before that, the mistake which I was doing was that I used to say why I am looking for a new job. Okay. And I was never able to justify what learnings I had back at Samsung. So I will say that while being a interview process, let's say if you are a student or if you are a professional, at both the stages you should be able to find the good things in your I can say previous work whichever you have done. So yeah. So I have been interviewed with Expedia, and it was also three technical rounds and one HR discussion. Okay, first two rounds were being DSA. Uh, there were two problems which were discussed, and the last round was manager round. One was a DS algo problem, and the last was a design question. Okay, and same was with KLA. KLA also, I had one screening test, which happens on Hacker Rank or Hacker Rank. After that, we had three interviews. First two were DS Algo. Okay, and the last round was completely design round. 1 hour. There will be a module or a application. You will be, I will say that there will be a, I can say, vague question. They will tell you, let's say, let's try to design a PowerPoint kind of application, and after that you have to come up with the details of that. Let's say you will ask them whether it is a online PowerPoint where only one person is editing it, whether it is a offline, okay, sorry, whether it is a online where multiple people will be editing it at the same time, or will it be a offline where only one user is using it. So yeah, so that was the process. And apart from that, like all, I'll say that I also interviewed with Nvidia and RCGM. With Nvidia, I had a different experience, that the questions which were asked by Nvidia, it was mostly around operating systems. So uh, they asked operating system concepts. They asked me some, I can say, some functionalities which OS perform, and let's say we will code a part of that. Okay. Yeah. And apart from that, one interview which I gave with Qualcomm, uh, I there was a very good experience which I will like to share. That they, in one of the interview, they shared me a, I think, manual page. Okay, and I was expected to read that manual page, and first explain what I have understood, and then on that manual we had two, I can say, two uh, implementation of the same problems, and we need to, I can say, improve the first one. So yeah, so that kind of, I can say, uh, different experiences which I had with different organizations. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. So, Sumit, my next question would be, when you said that you appeared in so many interviews. Okay. So, what do you think? Like, what common mistakes one makes? While in interviews, while switching jobs, and how to avoid those mistakes? And because you mentioned that earlier you were not able to justify why you are looking for a switch, right?
Sure.
So what do you think, what are the common mistakes that one makes, and how one can avoid these mistakes and how to work on them?
Okay. One mistake I made, I would like to mention that first. The thing is, uh, like uh, uh, if you go to the interview experience section of Geeks for Geeks or Lead Code, and let's say anywhere, if you look for the interview experience, and you like study many of them, you will come to know that there is a fixed genre of the questions. There is a fixed part of the OS concepts which are asked. So the mistake which I made, that I remember that there were certain questions which were asked in my previous interview, and I was not able to answer it. And again, when these questions were asked in later on stage of some other organization interview, I was again not able to answer them. So with that, I started to document every interview experience which I had. Let's say, because just after the interview, you remember all the questions which were asked, and you remember all the, uh, I can say, mistakes you have made. Let's say, I will say that there was one interview. What was the mistake which I made? That the interviewer told me to solve a problem, and I understood it wrong. In a wrong, I can say that there is a problem in on Geeks for Geeks. Like, you have to find out the nearest greater element. Okay, on the left, the nearest greater element on the left. But I thought you have to find out the greatest element on the left. I coded it. I put my, I can say, 5 or 10 minutes, and after that I realized that I was solving a wrong different problem. So like one thing that is very important, that you should be uh, you should listen the question and wait, and like should be able to completely get the question. Okay, so I think it will be beneficial to take 1 or 2 extra minutes to understand the question before starting to solve it. That will be a very good question. That will be a very good approach. And second, the better approach will be, the second a good practice will be to document all the interview experience you are having, and to mark whatever the I can say questions which you were not able to answer it, and why you were not able to answer it. So I will say that there was one particular kind of problems which I was not able to uh, uh, answer, was regarding virtual functions. So after that, like there were two continuous interviews in which I was not able to answer the virtual function related questions. So I documented that, and I studied virtual function completely. And from next interview onwards, I saw these similar questions in, I will say, two more interviews. And that helped me to like smoothly go through that. So documenting is a good thing, because with each interview you will be learning. Okay, so yeah.
Right. Okay, so Sumit, the next question that I have for you, and this is the last question from my side, and the question is, what do you think a resume should be built up over the years? Because interviewers, the first thing that you have to that provide to the interview, it's your resume, and by looking up at your resume, they reject and they approves some candidate. So, what do you think a resume should be built over?
So yeah, like there are some I will say common points which everyone should follow. That the resume should be in the reverse order of the time. So by which I mean that the latest thing should appear on the top. So let's say if you are a student, so you should start with your bachelor's degree. After that, your 12th. After that, your 10. If you are a professional, you should start with your I will say uh, professional experience first. Then you should list your education. Then you should list your skills. Okay, apart from that, there is one very good point, that you should only always make a resume of one page only. And you should know the difference between resume and CV. If you are asked for a resume which is I will say that uh, uh, that is more professional, where you don't put so many details about your personal life, and where you are asked for a CV, where you are asked to I can say uh, explain everything in details. So if you are going for a resume, you should keep it of one pager. It should be of your experience, your education, your skills, and your projects. In case if you there is a space, you can add your hobbies and other things, but I think these 4 and 5 things should be there. And your contact information, your LinkedIn profile, link to a LinkedIn profile, and your GitHub, uh, I can say GitHub profile. So yeah, that point should be followed, and it should be I can say one column. Because I have seen that most of the HRs use their I can say automation tools, and they use scripts to find out whether a particular resume is uh, in their area, or whether it has that skills which they are looking for or not. So uh, I studied it somewhere that two-column resumes make it hard to find that particular keywords in that. So one column is also a plus point. You should follow one column approach. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So Sumit, these are the questions from my end, and let's jump into the comment section and let's see how many questions we have for you from our audience. Okay.
Yeah.
And audience, if you have any question for Sumit, then please drop your comment. Please drop your question in the comment section. We'll take your question, and Sumit will answer your question. If you have any doubts or anything you want to know, Okay, so it's one question is from Ritik, and the question is, what are the skills you are added on your resume on your campus drive as a fresher? Like, it's related to your first job, right? Because it was an obviously a campus drive, and that's why you got an on-campus opportunity. So, what skills you added when you were when you appeared for your first interview?
Okay, so I will say that I started it from the basic concepts like data structures, algorithms, and oops. And after that, I mentioned languages which I use like C++, Java. Okay, and one more thing I would like to mention that let's say if you are listing your projects which you have worked on during your, well, let's say, major project or minor project, you should also mention the technologies which you have used. Let's say you have used Java, so then mention it. If you have used Node in it, so mention it, so that it will appear as a that uh, the technology which you have hands on. So in terms of skills, I will say that we should categorize them in terms of language. OS, you have experience with Windows, Linux, Mac. Okay, and apart from that, uh, categorize them front end and back end. Okay, put the back end, all the technologies you have worked on segregatedly in one column, and back end. So that I will say that that will help HR or the recruiter to, I can say, easily I can say easily screen your profile or screen your resume in the list of all the applicants. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, Ritik, so I think your question has been answered here. And there's one more question from Shriyal. And the question, sorry, I'm so sorry, Shriyal. And the question is, can you please suggest any software for resume?
Okay. Okay. Uh, I have used haven't used any software, but I have used Novo Resume, a website, and it allows you to make one resume for free, and it was quite fast. So if you want to use any, I can say, uh, it will do all the formatting for you. So you can use Novo Resume.
Okay. Okay, so Sumit, one more question, and it's from Ritik, another Ritik. And the question is importance of projects and certificates in resume.
Okay. One thing I would like to mention that uh, that project are very much useful. Project are, I will say that these are the main headlines of your project as a fresher. But certificates will not put that much, I will say, that much uh, im- um, importance. Why I'm saying that? Because you will be there to justify whatever the project you have written. Okay, and you have to justify them with your skills, with your knowledge. Okay, you will be asked that how a particular situation you have, I can say, how a particular situation you have addressed in your project. Okay, in that case, if you say I have the certificate but I don't know how I address that, that will not, I can say, work in your favor. So certificates are good to have, but if you it will not be a negative point if you don't have. So that is the point. You will be always there with your resume to, I will say that, justify whatever written in the your resume. So whatever the knowledge you have, that will be more, I will say, will have more importance than the certificates.
Okay, so one more question I'm taking from Ashwani, and the question of Ashwani is how to learn data structure. I'm very confused. Should I learn data structure using Java or from which language?
Okay. Okay. So with this, I will say that whichever the primary language you are following, okay, stick to one language, and the primary language which you are using and you have goods hands on, you should go and implement all the data structure in that only. So by that, what will you will have better understanding of the language, and you will have a better understanding of the data structures. So I will say that stick to one language. And I think there is no the best language, like uh, it is not like if you will practice data structures in C, you will have better skills in terms of data structures and algorithms. So you can choose the language, any primary language which you like, but the thing is, implement them completely instead of using the, I can say, standard template libraries, or the, I can say, system provided functions.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Uh, actually, the weather is not good here, and I hope I'm visible and I'm
Yes,
not
yes,
looking like
you
a
are.
ghost. Okay, so there is a last question I'm taking from Muhammad Asif, and the question is I have programming skill, but it's not used as professionally. But I used to use my skill to develop my own tools and modify other develop according to requirements. Okay, so actually, I'm not getting the question. Mohammed Asif. Okay, Asif, can you please drop your question once again because I am not able to understand this question. If you could please do that, then it's really helpful.
I think he want to say that he have programming skills, and he have used it, but not on a, I can say, professional, or I can say
Yeah.
on a, yeah, uh,
So he might have used these skills to develop his own tools and modify according to the requirements.
yeah, but he's saying that he haven't worked on it, I can say, uh, on any like project which was commercialized or something like that.
Like actually his question is in two three statements, and the other statement is eventually if he wants to move for interviews for getting job. So I think he's asking that he has the programming skills, but he has not used it professionally, but he has some hands-on experience on it. So can he go for interviews for getting job? Like is he like will he get the job? Like I think the question is this.
Okay, but I think if uh, is he like fresher applying for the jobs, or he is a professional?
Okay, so Asif, are you a professional or a fresher? I
Because
think he's a fresher. He might
yes,
be a
yes,
fresher.
because I think as a fresher, it is like great to, like you having the knowledge of certain tools, and after that you have also used that. That is a very plus point. So you don't have to worry about it, that you haven't used any programming skills on a professional level, because that's also not expected from a fresher. He's just expected to have the basic knowledge and the basic understanding of I can say at least one object oriented programming language. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, sorry. did you
Yeah.
did you said something? I was not able to hear.
Okay. I was not saying anything. So okay. Okay. So I think you have answered the question of Asif, or is it was it incomplete?
Okay, one second, let me read it again. I have put questions.
I think Asif has again comment this question.
Okay, yeah. So I think yeah, that is not required. If you have worked on, and you have I will say that if you have created your own tools and you are able to uh, uh, modify something which is developed by someone else, that is good enough. and I will say that that is very good. We will not say it is good enough. It is more than that. Just you need to, I can say, uh, need to get a interview call from some organization, and they will be looking for such people who have good hands-on experience. Yeah.
Okay, so Asif, I think if you are skilled and you have these development skills and you have used those skills for developing your own tools, then I can definitely say that you can get a job easily based on your skills, because nowadays people get job based on the skills only. Okay, and people work on these skills. So yeah, I think you will definitely get a job. Okay, so I think this was we are we cannot take all the question, Sumit. So this was the last question, and please can you like if you have any advice for our viewers or any advice to our viewers, so please you can go ahead.
One thing I would like to share that if you are looking for a job as a fresher or as a professional, I think you should have profiles on LinkedIn and Naukri, and you should keep updating the profile on Naukri, because with my personal experience, most of the interview calls which I received, it was from Naukri.com. So if uh, uh, you keep updating your profile, and updating in terms of, you just need to add something that add just update your bio. If you update your bio, your profile will be stay updated, and the updated profiles will, I will say, appear on the top, and you will appear on more and more searches. So just keep doing that, and yeah, you will get an interview call. And if you are like following, as Asif said, that he has a good skills. If you have good skills, you just need to have a good you just require to have a call from a good organization. So yeah, that is the one thing freshers can follow.
Okay. Okay, so thank you so much, Sumit, for sharing your learning journey and clearing out the doubts of our audience and sharing the some preparation strategies. And I'm really thankful for you, so that you have come and shared all your experience with us. Okay, so thank you so much once again, and take care.
Yeah, thank you so much. You too, take care. Everybody take care, stay safe.
Uh,
Bye.
Thank you. Okay, guys, so this was it for today, and what I have for you is now that unlimited, you can, you can participate in different coding contests, different jobathons, or there are jobathons going on in Geek Olympics. So if you guys want to try out your skills and you want to know how far your skills can take you, then you can definitely go ahead and get yourself enrolled in the Geek Olympic contest. Also, if you guys want to be part of these interview preparation strategies webinar, then you can fill out the Google form that we have given in the description, and we'll connect with you and we'll call you here for sharing your experience. Also, one more thing is that if you guys want, if you guys want to register yourself for a cheat code guide, then also there's a link in the description. You can go ahead and fill out that form and get your cheat code guide today. So thank you so much, guys, for raising your concerns, raising your doubts, and I hope these interview preparation strategies webinars are helping you out with your doubts, and helping you with your with formulating preparation strategies for your next interviews. Okay. Okay, Ritik, what's your question? Can you please just okay, please ask. Okay, I'm waiting for your question here, Ritik. If you have any question for me, then you can comment in the comment section. Okay, so how cheat code helps you? So if you are stuck somewhere and you need you need a cheat code for that, so you can use that guide, and you can sort out your what you can say, sort out your problems, sort out your program. Then you can write your programs to optimize the solutions. And like, if it's for you guys, if you are if you are stuck somewhere. So okay, so okay, I don't know about DSA cheat code because I'm not an engineer, but I know that these cheat code helps you for uh, for writing the whole what you can say, the program. And to come okay, so I know only this about the cheat code. So it helps you to go along with the all the with all the problems that you have related to any concept related to DSA and anything matrix arrays and all this stuff. So this is what all I know. So I hope I'm able to answer your question, not fully, but yeah. Thank you. Thank you for your question, and I hope you will keep practicing and stay safe and stay corona negative. Thank you so much.